What's up, y'all? Uneducated Yogi here with One Family Investing. Um, this is One Family Investing after dark, after hours. Because of my back, y'all. Because of my back, I'm actually laying on my bed right now. Uh, you know, it's very important for me to get this content to y'all, and I had a choice to either allow this back problem to keep me out of commission, because when I try to sit on a freaking chair I can only sit down for like 10 minutes. I just tried to record this whole video. Like, I just recorded about 5 minutes of straight fire for y'all, and then this thing said there's a problem, and then it just deleted all the recording. Okay, let me tell y'all something right now. I want y'all to be winners when y'all part of this circle. Okay, One Family Investing. We're all gonna be winners here because we're working together. Okay, this whole meet like-minded people. I'm not joking when I'm not joking when I wrote that. I came up with these words up here. You know what I'm saying? I didn't come out with all this theme and stuff. I found this theme on Canva and I just kind of liked it, so I ran with it, the colors and stuff like that. But no, I really mean it. We're here to gain knowledge. We're here to make moves on investments, and we're here to meet like-minded people. And the like-minded people we're going to be meeting is winners, because we're all going to be growing together, learning together, and making profit together. And when one of y'all asks questions, or if I have a question and I find an answer out and then I share it with y'all, we grow together. If you leave a comment in a question or a reflection in the comment section, somebody else probably was thinking about that, and just because you did that, they benefit, and we slowly start feeling like we're kind of on the same page, and doing things together. So I just wanted to go over today. For one, I'm happy to be here. I'm hoping I'm presenting myself as a winner, meaning like the mindset of a winner is I could have made excuses and not did this today. I really want to work on this consistency. I need videos, preferably every day, but at minimum for a week type thing. There's a goal in my own mind that I have, but I really want to be consistent with y'all because the market is always doing something. There's always something to learn. Just like today, I wanted to do like 3 or 4 different things, but let's see how much we have time for. But anyways, One Family Investing, y'all. Thank you for being here. If you can do me a favor, like and subscribe. Um, I'm gonna get a slogan down, But seriously, I'm trying to get to 50 subscribers, and I'll be able to start streaming. That's gonna be big for me. That's my first goal with YouTube. My first goal or my next goal with investing is portfolio up to 50,000 to 100,000, right? So we're at 2,500. Y'all about to see something happen, and I ain't playing with you, but we're gonna be consistent here, and we're gonna keep growing. Look, SoFi from yesterday is still going up. You know, uh, we have a lot of price changes today that's in a positive overall. This is how we looking. This is the overall gains and losses over here. Okay. So, anyways, let's get to the main content for today, which is just how is the markets doing? Like, is it good to buy? Is it not? Like, what's up with that? So I'm gonna introduce y'all to this guy. His name is Jim Rickards. So he is a strategic intelligence analyst person. So he's in the economic field, the finances field, and he knows what's be happening as a super insider. So this is a company I paid some money to be a part of their research team, and y'all about to see how powerful this research team is, and why we probably don't have to worry too much about what's happening right now. They have some strategies for us, and I got some more after this. But let's just check out just the beginning of this. We're not about to watch this whole thing, obviously. I ain't got time for that, but we do have time for a little bit. Because again, we got to do research. We want to be in the same game as the top players in our industry, in our thing. So when I was an actor, y'all, I don't know if y'all know this, but when I was in the entertainment industry, I just wanted to be around other people who was just good at their thing. I didn't care if they were a celebrity or not. I wanted to see the same intensity as somebody who could be called a celebrity. I wanted to see the same focus. I wanted to see the same specificity. And when I saw somebody like that, I don't care where they were. I just wanted to be around that person because then I grew from that. So just like that, this is our industry now. If you're watching this and you've been here for 5 minutes so far, that means you're probably really curious about the investing and being good at it. And one way we stay good at it is we don't just look for a quick win. We got to be actually part of the game. You know, it's going to be merciless against people who don't do the due diligence. So we have to do our due diligence, aka, you know, interact with the other people in the game, especially at the top of the game, and then we take action. So that's our due diligence. And if we don't do that due diligence, then we can get into something, and then the game gonna fuck us up. It's gonna knock us out. Just it is what it is. That's how it works. So let's watch a little bit of Jim Rickards, and this is from Paradigm Press.
Hello, everyone, and thank you for joining us. Welcome to the final secret of Jekyll Island. To all of our longtime readers of Jim Rickards' Strategic Intelligence, thank you so much for tuning in today. We're excited to bring you Jim's latest thoughts and some new ideas from his entire analyst team. To all of our new readers, a very special welcome. You made a great decision to join us today. Today, you're going to hear firsthand from Jim more about his background and strategic intelligence as we cover the latest on gold, Fed policy, Jim's American birthright thesis, and much more. I'm Aaron Gensler with Paradigm Press, coming to you live from the Jekyll Island Club in Georgia, where in 1910, wealthy financiers held a secret meeting that ultimately led to the creation of the Federal Reserve in 1913. The purchasing power of the dollar, yours, mine, everyone's, has declined ever since, and American life has never been the same. As we speak today, everything we've taken for granted for generations about dollar supremacy, American power, and the global order is changing right before our eyes. Today, we're going to cover the future of the Fed, if it even has a future, as the Fed fights for relevance in this radically reshaped global monetary picture that we're seeing develop. That reshaping, it's happening all around us right now. Tariffs, trade imbalances, the threat of stagflation, a dangerous market right now. Like, what's the market doing today? It's making huge 2% moves, up, down, up, down. They threaten not only your investments, but the stability of our economy overall. Now, the biggest questions we're facing, which we're going to cover here today, is this a market you want to avoid at all costs, or could things smooth out quickly and we return to normalcy? Yes, today's markets, they're frightening and they're complicated. We're going to discuss specific strategies for the months ahead. With me today to help make sense of it all is former advisor to the CIA, the Pentagon, and the White House, Mr. Jim Rickards. You know Jim as the editor of Jim Rickards' Strategic Intelligence, and in a moment, we're going to jump right in with Jim's thoughts on the tariff wars that have thrown the markets into just absolute chaos in recent weeks. First, a quick bit more about Jim, as well as his team. I'm going to introduce everybody down the line here in just a second. From helping craft the petrodollar accord, which assured the dollar's supremacy in global trade in the 1970s, to helping to negotiate the end of the Iran hostage crisis, Jim's been on the inside of some of the most important conversations in the last generation of American politics and policy. He's also an 8-time national best-selling author, including literally having written the book on gold, The New Case for Gold, in 2016, and being the first to coin the phrase the Mar-a-Lago Accord, which you may have heard about recently, in his 2019 book, Aftermath. Today, Jim will cover his latest thoughts on gold, which has made some incredible moves in recent weeks. It touched $3,500 just yesterday, 2 days ago. The Mar-a-Lago Accord, as well as all the latest news on his amazing American birthright thesis. Now, before I jump in, I want to introduce the rest of Jim's team, and then we're going to get started. To Jim's right, we have Byron King. He's a natural resources expert, Harvard-trained geologist, lawyer, and U.S. Navy veteran. For my money, he's the best.
I could just like feel anyone who come in here who's like a bit skeptical, thinking like, what is going on? This looks like some stage thing that, man, Yogi, he just falls for, it's like he just falls for something like a sales thing going on here. And it does feel like that. But what's cool about this is y'all ain't got to worry, about the risk, so to speak, because as you're following where how I'm doing this is I'm cross referencing a lot of things, and with me doing the things that I'm talking about, you can have less fear and like that, because why would I be making moves on things that is going to hurt me and my family? I have 3 kids, and I'm not trying to like do this stuff just because. All right, like this stuff is real serious. But I can feel, some people, they'll see this and be like, man, I don't know. But this is why I'm letting it play, so you can do the research on these people yourselves, and um, so after the introduction, I'll just break down a little bit of what they talked about that's relevant for us. But just so y'all know, yeah, I mean, some people, they'll set up stuff like this and they're salesy, and they're shitty people. But my job is to go through these people for y'all and to make sure that whoever I entered, you know, you know, introduced to y'all, they're not shitty people. And if they have like certain downfalls or whatever, then I'll say it. I'll say, hey, well, this person, I don't like this much about him, but this is nice. So I'll just be upfront about it. Okay, let's keep going.
Boots on the ground investigator you're ever going to meet. Byron has plenty to say today about the enormous upside to Jim's American birthright thesis, as well as gold, silver, rare earths, and more. Next up, Byron, we have Dan Amos, analyst and contributing editor to Strategic Intelligence. And Dan has been on a hot streak for the ages recently, having recently booked gains like 239%, 298%, even 552% across Jim's research services. Dan has seen it all, and he knows how to find real opportunity when others are panicking. Next up, next to Dan, Zach Scheit, Jim's income and trading expert. He's managed millions of dollars for some of the wealthiest families in America, and he's also on a great run right now, having recently booked gains like 510%, 520%, even 909% in Jim's research services. And Sean Ring from The Root Awakening. Now, you probably know him from his insightful and sometimes snarky takes every morning in The Root. But don't let that snark fool you. Sean started his career at Lehman Brothers. He worked at Credit Suisse. He worked as a futures broker, and he knows how the high-stakes world of big money finance really works. Okay, that's everyone. We're going to jump in here in just a second. First,
Okay, so let me jump in here now. So you guys can pause this and go look up these folks and see who they are. But I just want to just say a couple of things. Like, that's what I'm saying. You're not gonna have to go through the whole 3 hour video here. I'm just gonna highlight some stuff. So Jim, as far as like the market and how the tariffs is affecting everything, again, he's one of the people who help, basically decide, or not decide, but he's one of the people who pointed out how the market actually works, not only through gold but through other financial paradigms. So Jim, he's very, very insightful. Okay, just want to keep saying that because these, when I first got introduced to these folks, it was a little bit ago. I've been following Jim at least since for a while now, but the rest of them, I'm more new to them. So it's not automatically good or bad. The consumer does not legally pay the tariff tax and things like this. So he's been saying this, and what's so funny is this video came out maybe the 2nd of April, I think, and yeah, I don't know. Okay, but anyways, it came out a little bit ago, and what is funny is I mean, I just recently heard some stuff about what's going on, like China, like backing down or whatever. But people were so scared because like the tariffs are just there, and that's one of the things. Whether it's true or not, if China backed down or not, the thing is that as investors, we're just looking at what's going on and we're staying up to date on things, and then we're not looking at them as good or bad, but we'll just look at them as the situations come up. So Zach. Oh yeah, so during this thing, the host asked them to give a stock pick for times like this. And Zach made a good point. He said, look at companies that benefit from the chaos and makes products in America. And I was like, yeah, that's brilliant. So, because in chaos, there's always something like during any crash or recession, things like this, there's a group of people who made a lot of money and bought new property. Like there's so much that happens during these times, so we can be a part of that. We, just being new in it, coming in, we might not get big gains like that or big properties, but we can start learning, and we can create a mindset and uh, uh, a action. We can create an action that we can work through times like this. So Zach, he mentioned CME Group, which provides a 4% dividend yield. So it's a stock, CME Group, and it provides a 4% dividend yield. So that's a company like that he was mentioning, a company that benefits from the chaos and makes products in America. Brian, he named something. It's All American UCOR, UURAF. And then Dan, he mentioned about gold. And I actually like that gold thing, because in my private portfolio, my gold stocks, I bought gold stocks some time ago. Man, they are doing very incredible right now. And just like the host said, gold is up $3,500. I think that he said it, or somebody else said it. But my gold stocks, they're doing really, really good right now. So, these people, again, I'm bringing research from people who they're just really, really in the game. Okay. So I just wanted to go over that really quick. I wanted to go over something else really quick. So actually, let me show y'all this really quick. So ICP is a cryptocurrency that we invest in, and right now it started a little bull run, but then it's going back to bear probably. But I just want to show y'all how much like understanding charts can kind of help you make money. Actually, I'm gonna do this later. So look out maybe tonight so I could do it more in depth. I don't want this video to be over like 25 minutes, and I would have to go back here and show y'all how I could have made money from here to here pretty dang easily. Yeah, I'll show you how I could have done that. But again, I don't do day trading or swing trading. But if I did, I would have made some money right here. In between here, I would have made something. And then even from here to here, most likely, because I didn't draw more lines in here yet, but all these lines mean something to me. But from here to here, at least, I could have made some more money. And depending on a 4% change, yeah. So, and depending on how much you put in the market, you can make like a couple hundred to a couple thousand just in these moves like this. Like a couple of them. So like like one here, one here. I'll show you what that means later. As the stock market moves, you understand it, and then you gain. Okay, so another way to understand how the market is doing. Everybody knows Warren Buffett. If you don't know, if you're in the investing game and don't know Warren Buffett, then I don't know. You're questionable. So Warren Buffett is the only top 10 billionaire with a net worth gain in 2025 so far. So look, all the other billionaires are down, and then Warren Buffett, he's up. He's the investing GOAT. So I wanted to just play a little bit of the stock that he invested in. Again, this is just a way to do research. It doesn't mean you should go get the stock. It means you should do a little bit more research on the stock. And I mean, if you could just you have a risk tolerance like that, go buy it because it's Warren Buffett. But You do the research. But anyways, so another way to understand how the markets are doing, if they're up or down, what's going on.
Berkshire Hathaway just backed up the truck and bought a massive stake in Constellation Brands, the company behind Corona, Modelo Especial, and enough fine wines and spirits to fill the Titanic. In fact, this purchase really stands out because this was Buffett's only recent sizable disclosed stock purchase. And when Buffett makes just one move and sells everything else, well, you better believe it's worth paying attention. And while Buffett just disclosed buying it, I actually believe there's a big chance he's going to buy even more given this tariff dip, because he is fearful when others are greedy, right? And more importantly, greedy when others are fearful. He's buying the dip when everybody's panicking and screaming, don't buy. And I think you're going to end up seeing that in the next filings. So why did Buffett buy Constellation? Well, let's break it down Buffett style. So the stock got clobbered. Overall, bigger picture, Constellation stock fell from over $220 to the mid 170s. Now the company's also got a fat economic moat. Corona and Modelo aren't just beers, they're cash printing machines. Modelo even dethroned Bud Light as the top-selling beer in America. And when you've got the number one beer, a lineup of top-shelf liquors, and a wine portfolio that's practically recession-proof, well, that's a defensive fortress that Buffett can toast to, right? Now, this company is also a classic value play. Constellation was trading at a juicy forward PE of about 12.8x, way cheaper than its peers, and today you're even getting better value. The market priced this company like parties were over, but Buffett knows there's still plenty of beer left in the keg, so to speak. He likes companies that you can buy a long-term value play for a discount, and then he likes to forever hold. And this company fits that criteria very, very well. Constellation's beer segment has grown sales for 59 consecutive.
Okay, so I just want to show y'all, like, when you're very specific and you're on the in the game, so to speak, there's always something that you can buy, that you can get, that you can make a move on. This last thing I want to show you, I didn't even know I was signed up for this, but it's from Jeremy. It's a super busy week in the market, so he's just giving us updates on how some weeks earnings recap. So SoFi on Tuesday, SoFi reported earnings of $770 million, beating analyst estimates of $738 million. Yeah, that's a lot. So PayPal also on Tuesday, PayPal reported earnings of $7.79 billion. Slightly lower than expected, which was $7.84 billion. Spotify reported earnings were $4.19 billion on Tuesday as well, failing to beat analyst estimates of $4.20 billion. So yeah. So anyways, I'm not gonna go over all of this, but as you can see, there's some really good stuff still happening in the markets. We don't want to take it lightly. We don't want to give up on doing things just because media says that things are happening and it's crazy. So I'll be actually releasing another video later today then, because I really want to get out this. I want to show y'all this because it's so nice to know these things. Because once you know, like, a little bit of basics of how to read a chart, a little bit of basics of how to do research, again, just take the actions, then you're investing. You're good. You're done. You can start, and then being a part of this community, we'll be going over things to where, hey, get your Schwab account, and start putting $20 a check in your Schwab account, or get a Robinhood account and do the same thing. Whatever you want, Fidelity, E-Trade, find a broker today. Just start putting money in it, and even if you don't want to use it, just don't use it and just take it back out. But I'm going to be telling you stuff, and if you don't have the money in them already, then you can miss the move, if that makes sense. Because then you have to get the money, in there, and that might take 2 or 3 days. And if you need to make the move within a day, then you're late. So I don't want that for you. So if you're actually interested in this stuff, if you've been following me or somebody else, and then you just happen to come over here, then yeah, get a brokerage account today and be on the lookout for more times to invest. That's it for now. It looks like I was about to get booted off again. So until next time, love and peace. And don't forget, subscribe, like, do all that stuff. Get me to 50, y'all. Get me to 50. If you give me to 50, I'll give you 50.